absolutely correct in thinking so. They're called the Cook Pines. When Captain Cook was sailing from Australia, stumbled upon the islands here, planted a bunch of those with the intention of returning and colonizing and eating all that lumber. It never did happen, so therefore we've got pines in the Pacific.
South traffic, Cessna 7 kilo, high point 2.4, descending. Oahu Coast traffic, South traffic 701, radio 60 off, Wheeler, without Oahu Coast.
The town of Laie, off to the right of it there, there's actually the Polynesian Cultural Center located in the amphitheater on the right side of town. And then the last little town on the east side before we hit North Shore is Kahuku there, about our 1, 2 o'clock. They're known for their shrimp farming. All those rectangular bodies of water you'll see up and down the field, all shrimp farming. Kahuku also has the wind farm here. This is the Kahuku wind farm. There's also the Waimea wind farm, which you'll see a little bit further off to the left. And one that comes down across the Koala mountain range there. It's a little bit larger. Together, those two wind farms generate about 10% of the power on the island.
Entering sector for turns 1.7.
Listen for Makapuku 2.1 thousand.
Alright, officially on the North Shore now. The only resort, big resort you'll find up on the North Shore is right down there at about a 1 o'clock low, and that is Turtle Bay. And if you happen to have seen the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where a lot of that filming was done right there at Turtle Bay Resort. And because people always ask what the big white softball looking things are on the hillside there, it's a radar defense system ran by the military. Go during the 2,000 golf balls 1.5 for right now.
Exiting Sacred, head to Turtle Bay 2.0.
So the North Shore here, the place for surf in the winter months. Quite the opposite up here summertime. It's very calm, very flat. But come end of November, early December, that is when we start getting those storm cells out of the north, and this is really the place to be. Surfers really come from around the world to be right at the North Shore. A lot of professional surf competitions throughout the winter months here. Sunset Beach to the left there, where the beach goes right up to the road. And then kind of where the beach comes out a little bit, where you see a few more people kind of on the beach. That is Pipeline, arguably one of the best waves in the world. That's where the Billabong Pipe Masters takes place, the Volcom Pipe Pro, all right here at Pipe. And now coming up, the famous Waimea Bay, up there about our 10 o'clock. That's where all the big wave surf competitions take place, when we get the big swell, of course. Probably the most well-known and prestigious big wave surfing competition is one called the Eddy, named after Eddie Ayakawa, a famous local waterman from this area. What they do each winter is they have a window of dates where if they get 40-foot swell or higher, then they hold the competition. So for that reason, it doesn't happen very often, so for that reason, many years usually go by where they do not get to hold the Eddy. Last winter, the stars aligned. We got this big 40-foot swell, and they were able to have it. So, window's kind of closing for this winter. Don't think it's going to happen. Great Beach in Waimea 145, Private for Dole.
South practice area, North American 86116, Harbor View for transit, Cunea Road northbound to Wheeler and North Shore. Currently 1.5, climbing to 1.8.
So right now we're in the central valley of the island. We're going to go right down the middle of the valley back toward Pearl Harbor. And it puts us between the two mountain ranges on the island. So the Kolau is now on our left-hand side, which I mentioned top off just over 3,000 feet. There's the Waianae mountain range to the right on the west side of the island. They're a little bit higher, and they top off at just over 4,000 feet above sea level. In fact, the highest point on our island here on Oahu sits right about our 2 o'clock there. It's just covered by clouds right now. But if those clouds were clear, you'd see a little tower up there, which is an FAA monitoring tower. That sits at 4,025 feet above sea level.
Pop-up hotel, Hospital Bay, 600, 1,500 for Sacred Falls.
This is one, I got you. I'm way behind you.
Yeah, North American 86116, Cunea Road northbound, 2,000. I'll be switching to Dole Plantation. I got the one helicopter. I'm at your 12 o'clock.
So today, a very textbook weather pattern day for the island here. We get those trade winds out of the east, so that all that air is constantly blowing in about 10 knots or so, and getting blown up the Kolau mountain range, and all that air is constantly rising, condensing, giving us usually a little cloud deck on the east side, which you can clearly see now. And with those clouds comes a lot of rain. We get about 90 to 100 inches of precipitation on the east side of the island annually. On the other side of that mountain range, the Waianae mountain range on the west side, they get on average 10 inches a year. So quite a difference on an island that's only 43 miles by 30 miles. Early great to 2 north at Old, the cow, 2,000, enjoy it.
116, imagine improvement to your local traffic.
Lewis Howard, no Victor 8, 2 north at Old, 2,000 for South Range. No Victor 8.
Blue Tower southbound transition is approved, results in rate 3009er. Traffic is a fixed swing south of runway 6 northbound at 2000 and an 860 currently right traffic climb out to runway 6.
I believe we have that fixed thing, and we're looking for helicopter traffic. We'll port clear, that was great. Alright, so as far as agriculture goes here, by far the number one thing they grow that are right below us and to the right, these are all the pineapples, part of that dole plantation, yep. Which take about 2 years to grow, by the way, so all the different colorations you're seeing are just the different stages of that 2-year growth process for the pineapple here.
Roger, traffic southbound is a civilian helicopter at 2000, no factor this time.
So the cool place to come visit is the actual visitor center, which is coming up left of the highway where you see there's a red roof. It's a really cool place, the little visitor center. Free to actually go in and roam a bunch of the gardens, but for a few extra bucks you can take a tour of what their famous Dole Maze, which is just about to come into view here. It's on 3 acres of land.
Blue Tower to altitude
2,100 over the Dole Maze right now. We're doing great.
Victor 8, roger, traffic, fixed wing, just 1 mile north of Phil northbound, 2000.
And we have them inside, we'll take things visual, don't worry.
Victor 8, roger, break, left break at 116, traffic, civilian helicopter has in sight, Victor Dole, see right.
So yeah, like I was saying, the Dole Maze there, 3 acres land, the whole trail is 2 miles long, takes about 45 minutes to complete, it's a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, North American 116.
But that Dole plantation has been there for quite some time, started in 1900 when James Dole started it at the age of 22.
Hey, good day, 116.
You're right at 44, runway 6, 1050 at 4, clear for the option.
Clear to 442, stopping runway 6.
Victor 8, remain east of the freeway. Traffic 860 remaining in the pattern.
East of the freeway and maintaining visual with that traffic. That'll be great. So big military presence on the island here, if you didn't already know or couldn't already tell. All branches of our U.S. military are represented. This little airstrip to the right of us here is still called Wheeler Field. It's an Army helicopter base. They fly the dual-rotor Chinooks and Blackhawks mainly out of here at Wheeler. Right now, we're basically on the same flight path, a similar flight path that the Japanese, or the first wave of Japanese fighters took when they came in and attacked Pearl Harbor. They came from the North Shore, through the Central Valley, just like we're doing here. Wheeler Field, around back then, was one of the first to get bombed and hit, and then they continued it into Pearl Harbor. We're going to do the same.
Victor 8, change for safe flight.
Stay through. We'll see you in a bit. That's great.
You have information with you. Honolulu International Airport ATIP information with you. 23530. Wind 0H0 Visibility 10. Your clouds at 2,500, 4,000.
Exit Road to Victor 83 North Interchange for the north for arrival with Whiskey.
Number 2 Foxtrot Golf, contact Tower 1181.
2 Fox Golf, switch Tower 1181.
Aloha 49, turn 10 degrees right.
10 right, Aloha 49.
Aloha 49, maintain 1,500.
Maintain 1,500, Aloha 49.
Here's for 904, just try to maintain 1,500.
Maintain 1,500, here's for 904.
Aloha 49, you have a field?
Field inside Aloha 49.
Aloha 49, clear visual approach runway 4 right.
Cleared visual 4 right, Aloha 49.
Approach to Victor 81 north of the interchange, north 4 Whiskey.
Victor 8, approach squawk 0206, ident.
0206, ident, Victor 8.
There's for 904 traffic you're following at your 1130 position, about 8 miles, 2,000 feet, well, Boeing 737, dog leg to final.
Looking in for 904.
Aloha 49, I just want you to enter a square turn to final. There's a Cessna just about 3 from the reef doing 90 knots over the ground.
Okay, we'll square it off for 4 right, Aloha 49.
Actually, if you could go to Pearly, and from Pearly straight in would be perfect.
Alright, we'll go to Pearly and then straight in, Aloha 49.
Thanks.
So this middle lock of Pearl Harbor holding what they call a mothball fleet of ships. These were all in service at one time, but as you'll see, no longer. Their mates kind of vary. Sometimes they'll be refurbished and put back into service, if need be. Occasionally they are sold to foreign military, and once in a while our U.S. military will tow them out to sea and use them for target practice.
ATS Tango November 911 Zulu Foxtrot, we are 8,500 for 8,000 Whiskey.
November 1 Zulu Fox approach, flight 285, Echo range 4 right, descend and maintain 1,500.
Feet 1,500 and 25 on the Henny, 1 Zulu Foxtrot.
Aloha 49, contact tower, good day.
Switching to Aloha 49, good day.
Here's for 904, flying 300.
300 here, traffic